Rashaun, in each half, you guys closed well in that last minute. Just what'd you see in the last 60 seconds of each half that you guys were able to find the margins in a close game?
I would say in that last, not even 60 seconds, maybe I think about 2 minute mark, where they just couldn't get the ball past half court. We ramped up our pressure, and I'm proud of our guys, man. We put a lot of things together, and we talked about a lot of things in the huddle, and we executed it.
Specifically, the basket you made with about 25 seconds ago, I think it gave you all a 3-point lead. How did you get open? Because it looked like they had you pretty well covered it.
When he pulled the chair,
Yeah.
I guess.
when he pulled the chair, I don't know what up one, in my technique of basketball, I would not have pulled the chair. I would have, but I don't even know what to say.
Did y'all think y'all had it won when, with that 4-point lead 4 seconds ago?
It's absolutely my fault. I'm an older player. I can't foul in that situation.
Rashaun, how good did this, like winning a close game like this feel, especially after maybe dropping a couple that you guys could have had?
It felt real good because LSU is a good team. They play a couple good teams down the road, but I just feel like us being at home, like we gotta set a stage to come into SEC play and let people know like it's not gonna be easy coming in here and winning. This is our house. We're gonna protect home court at any means necessary.
Rashaun, why was the law of the alley-oop so there for both teams throughout points of the game?
I feel like when you run certain actions, this is what happens. Also, when you switch 1 through 5, you got smaller players guarding bigger players. So there's a lot of actions that can get things like that open.
Were you surprised that they tried that kind of half-court lob there at the end of the game?
No, I called the play out. I knew the play was coming. That's the only reason he got the foul because I called the play before the play even happened.
Is that everything y'all imagined the first conference game would look like?
Yeah, a dogfight. Fighting for 40 minutes. We understood each game in the SEC is going to be a dogfight for us, and we're okay with it, especially the way we play. We know games may be high scoring, may be low scoring, but at the end of the day, we got to do what we do best.
Ollie, strong start for you. What was really to start that first half? What was working for you today?
I would say my teammates found me when I was playing and just picking and trying to do what we need to do every day and just staying consistent. And it started with practice. We've been practicing like this every day, so.
Have you noticed anything different in your game or your confidence in the last couple games? Because these 4 games, you've been much more high impact off the bench than you were to start the year.
Yeah, so just being more confident, just playing, know what I can do on the court, and having teammates like him just talking to me every day, and they know what I can do, and they want me to do what I want to do. So it helps a lot having teammates like this.
Are there any aspects of your game that maybe you really focused on those first 6 weeks of the season that you've seen improvements on here lately?
Yes, sir. My defense, I would say I picked it up on defense. I know I can be one of the best defenders in this conference, so that's something I'm really working on every day.
How much, Bucky's talked about a lot about just the need for this team to play high-level defense. Just how much have you maybe kind of fed into that and tried to make that a key part of your game?
I feel like when he recruited me here, that was one of the biggest things. He said you can be one of the best defenders in our team. So just trying to pick it up and just do that every day.
Rashaun, going back to when you said you knew when that play was coming, was it something you saw in scout? Was it something you saw in the course of the game? How'd you pick up on that read?
I would say I've been playing college basketball for quite some time, so a lot of people run that play. Screen down for the guard, big flashes back, get a catch, and then you got 2 options coming down. So it kind of just hit me. A lot of people, NBA teams, overseas, they all run the same. We all run the same actions and the same plays. We just get into it a little different, but I don't know. I just seen it coming. We didn't really talk about it. I just kind of seen it coming.
Only starting 2 of 14 from 3. What do you think worked for you guys kind of in that second half where you guys can get some good threes off and I guess end 6 of 14?
Just keep shooting it. We know we're one of the best teams best 3-point shooters in this country. So just keep shooting it and just keep shooting it with confidence.
Rashaun, they had a lot of big guys. You guys had talked about that. Just how did you feel like you guys held up against kind of the size that they had?
Man, we did a great job. I'm proud of our guys, especially Fetty, Zach, Jamie, Ollie. We could talk about Rylan and Ruben. They undersized. They coming in playing the 4, and they crashed the glass. And at one point, we probably was up 10 in the rebounding count. Like some guys come in and get rebounds that you wouldn't expect to get rebounds because they came in and fought and they understood exactly what it meant. When we undersized and we lose somebody like McKenzie, you got to crash down. You got to be a factor on the glass.
Does the way that the SMU game ended prepare y'all to closing out the game out like this later in the season?
Absolutely. You know, we talk about execution from that game still to this day, you know, talking about doing things the right way. You know, being mentally tough throughout the whole 40 minutes of the game and understanding each play matters, each possession matters. And possessions like this, where it's 4 seconds left on the clock, you know, mentally I gotta understand also myself that not to foul and, you know, be solid and understand that a game can change within seconds.
You know, to Olin's question earlier about that last field goal you had in the 25-second mark or so, just did you realize that number one had 4 fouls at that point? And if so, does that really give you the green light in your head to really back down on a guy like that who really can't, you know, afford to give up a foul there?
Yeah, we talked about his 3 fouls. You know, once I got the lob and they called that foul, we knew he had 4. So I mean, the play call was more so, you know, if he plays back, then it's 1-on-1. If they come get me, then of course we got the opposite skip. But with knowing he gonna bag off and not really play any defense, that's kind of what we expected.
How do you carry the momentum in the Auburn game?
I would say, you know, moving on to the next game. You know, every game is its own individual game, and we got to understand that in SEC play, things can always go either way. So going into Auburn, it's a hard place to win, and we just got to come in with the, you know, winning mindset and on the road mindset, and understanding that road wins are hard to come by, but we can do it.
Ollie, just what have you seen from the totality of your guys' bench this season, and just kind of the sparks maybe that you guys have provided from the bench players?
Like I said, Buckyball, like he plays 10 guys, so you know if you don't start, you're still gonna get good minutes. So you just gotta be solid, be ready when your name is coming up. So